I love the music of this area. Anyway, jump in the water here, and luckily this is shallow enough to where Sonic doesn't drown. You can get a moon medal. And right behind there, I unintentionally grabbed another moon medal. That happened. Anyway, if we try to go to the entrance stage, then some person's not gonna basically block us from going any further. So apparently the village elder is missing from this place. That's not good. Oh wait, I said it wrong. That's no good. What's the treasure? Like seriously, the treasure was highlighted in red text. That seemed just a little weird to me. Yeah. I've never really understood why they like made like different text, different like colored and whatnot in video games. Like in say like Superstar Saga, for example, like when like the very first Boffle fight when he like says like and like he's and all that stuff. It's like he like does the red and green text to signify like Mario and Luigi. Like I can understand that when you have two different characters with different interactions kind of thing. Like, but in regular games where it's like this, where you're just Sonic and it asks what's the treasure and whatnot, like, why do you really need to know so much about the treasure? It's not like it's that important, you know? I mean, well, I guess it technically is since you're going to the temple, but it's like, I don't know, it just never really clicked in my mind why that happened anyway. That is a really big tease, because what I don't know at this point is that we need a power-up to get that power-up, and that we really need to just be here at night. Nothing tells you this in the game, so I'm searching around like a moron for a couple seconds here, guys. What just happened there? It's like Sonic just imploded. What? Like, I think what happened is that like I clipped like the corner of that little pillar thing. But it's like since Sonic just fell down so quickly, it looks like he like like he just exploded or something. Ooh. And so more running around mindlessly until I finally get the idea that maybe I need to be at night. I guess I should mention that I love the soundtrack of this game. Like, all you Sonic newbies out there, Sonic games have awesome soundtracks. The only game in the series that I can say has a bad soundtrack is Shadow the Hedgehog. And, well, I'll be honest, I don't like Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, I kind of agree with YouTubers, some call me Johnny, on how it just seems even worse than Sonic 06, that is, because one, the music is bad. Like, that's something that at least 06 had right, was the music. While in Shadow the Hedgehog, the music is pretty much just generic, unmemorable, and whatnot. Then there's like the bad controls, which both games have. Then there's the bad story. Sonic 06, at least you can make some sort of sense with the story. You can salvage it, at least with like Shadow's story and Silver's story. But in terms of like Shadow the Hedgehog, it's like with Black Doom, for example, like you can be Mr. Goody Two Shoes throughout the whole game, and then Black Doom comes in and he's all like, "Okay, Shadow, you have beaten my troops throughout every single level, and you have basically haven't been a really good guy to me lately, but please, I need your help." And it's like, just the fact that all those stories, like all 10 of the what-if scenarios, are fake, you know? Like, I especially don't like it when, like, you, like, look at, like, you're, like, super good, and then they give you a random hero side story, like, dark side story or whatever, like, it's like you've teamed up with the good guys throughout the whole story, then you suddenly turn bad just to be a jerk to Sonic. I don't get that. Again, I'm not saying that I don't like Shadow, it's just they really need to, like, fix his backstory and whatnot, like, if Sonic Boom does do well and that does override the main story continuity, if they decide to add Shadow back, I really hope it's not like the same thing that they did in like the games, like, because in Chunon here, if you can look out for different colored walls because you can actually break them. But anyway, like with Shadow, it's like it's just really bad how they've done his story, because for the longest time, Shadow was my favorite character after watching the show Sonic X. Like, so it's like, Shadow was awesome. Like, he pulled off some of the jokes and whatnot. Like, he wasn't totally super serious the whole time. Like, he would pull crack job jokes and whatnot every now and again, even in Essay Oops. What happened there was greed was the enemy. I wanted the experience, so I fell off the pit. Oh well, it's not too bad here, but whatever. Anyway, as I was saying with Shadow, it's like I almost wish that he was a Shadow android. Like, in Sonic Heroes, they do a thing on how, like, oh my, there are robot shadows, so is this the shadow that you're playing as? And ooh, that was close. It's like, it like leaves that a cliffhanger, like, is the shadow that we've been playing as really a robot created by Eggman? So it's like, just a spoiler alert, no he's not. So, essentially what happened was they completely wasted that story plot to get to basically cheating, like, that's my least favorite storyline in Shadow the Hedgehog, actually, the neutral pathway when they go into the Shadow Android thing. Because it's like, mainly because there's nothing to it, it's just, like, it comes out of nowhere for, like, you never, like, okay, first of all, this is a gauntlet, so if you're under-leveled, or if you're bad at combat, or just trying to get through the game without really doing much exploration, then don't do it. But anyway, it's like with, like, Shadow being like a Shadow Android, it's like, in that storyline in Shadow the Hedgehog, it's like you don't get any conclusion with the black arms and gun. It's just, suddenly they just go away, you know? Oh right, another thing is about the Unleashed, your attack speed and running speed is faster, so there's another boost to it, but anyway. So it's like, oh, these are the B enemies. Basically think Buzz Bomber, where they're annoying to hit, but once you actually get one in a lockdown position, they're pretty easy to kill. Anyway, back to the Shadow Android tangent. It's just one of those things where it's like, it could have been really good, you know? Like my least favorite part about that is when Shadow, like the ending of that, because Shadow kills Eggman. Shocked? Yeah, I am too. It's like, I kid you not, it's like, Shadow's all like, I am the Shadow Android. I will take over the Eggman Empire. And Eggman's like, what? And like, all confused and kind of angry and whatnot. And then, the next thing you see is Shadow saying, goodbye, Doctor. And then he karate chop Eggman in the face, which, the epic no that Eggman does give when he yells that is hilarious, but like I've mentioned, Eggman is my favorite video game villain of like all time here, so it's like, it killed Eggman, you know? Yeah. Decidedly, this, what is it, pagoda? I'm not too sure about, like, Chinese and Japanese, mythology here, so I'm sorry if I botched the names, but... Anyway, so... On the side of those things, you can, Ow. So there was me trying to sneak up on that enemy, trying to get a quick time of them, but as you can see, it's really pointless considering that the quick time of them get really picky with those when you're at high health. Anyway, so, yeah, if they do something where, like, they basically memory wipe the entire story of the games, and they, like, just, like they're doing with Sonic Boom, I guess, but, like, if they do, like, a main canon kinda, okay, from here on out, we are never going to talk about Chaos, or Sonic Unleashed, and Sonic Generations, and all those games again. Like, ow. Okay, I've never found the point of this thing. I guess you're supposed to, like, throw it at those flowers over there, but... You would think that, like, throwing it in the water or whatever, it would, like, just send, like, electricity throughout the whole water, just nuking, like, everything. But anyway, like... If Sega does completely destroy the main series storyline and rewrites it, with all the same characters that we know and love, I would really enjoy that, just so they can make some sense of the story. Anyway, here's a really jerkish move. So they put a Moonmel over here with water, and Dark Gaia moves to get back. But I swear sometimes that the Dark Gaia moves, like, they don't respond correctly. At least you don't have to collect it again once you die. The Moonmel, that is. Anyway. Cut.